Excitingly, Lyda and her husband have just visited. I've been talking to Lyda's husband a while now about whether we can knock down a few walls inside this house and just make it a little bit more of an open space. Once we've done that, we can start putting in a new kitchen. And once we've got a new kitchen, I'm fairly certain that Tara is going to be a little bit happier about living here. At the moment, she's between...
happy about living here. It is hard though on days like today. It's pouring with rain. It has been pouring with rain all day. We have a toddler climbing the walls. That is the only space we have. I have to go across that house when I make a cup of tea. I have a newborn and a toddler and I can't watch both of them. So I haven't had a cup of tea. In fact, I haven't even had a pee all afternoon.
So tomorrow the project starts. It's going to be a really, really big project, this one. Basically, we are going to turn the entire inside of this house into one giant kitchen and lounge area. You'll remember in last week's video, we took you around the farm and there was a little bit of a tour. We showed you all of the work that João, our farm manager, had been up to while we've been away. And a great deal of that was chopping down the bamboo. And he's done such a great job. And the last time we did an episode on bamboo, the question was, what do we do with that bamboo? And you guys, you had a whole bunch of really great ideas. The first one, of course, being using a wood chipper. The other one was to use it and recycle it, using it in projects. We've done a little bit of that in the past. And the final one was, of course, to burn it. And burning bamboo seemed to be like the most popular solution. It doesn't go away. It's malignant almost, to the point of if you leave it there, it's going to grow and then it's going to overtake everything. So today we're going to be burning big bonfires of bamboo, which is going to make me very, very happy. Joao's here. He's on hand. He's just behind me. He's just wandered through the gate. And basically the job in hand is to get rid of all of that bamboo that he's been cutting down. We've got our permits to burn. It's been raining the last few days, so we're pretty confident that everything's going to be okay. Now it's all about big bonfires and bye-bye bamboo. Everything at the moment is super wet because it's been raining. So we're going to collect some leaves, I think, and put it under the bottom of the bonfire. God, that stuff smokes, eh? Wow.
I'm going to wander over and go and see what these boys are getting up to. Don't love burn days on the farm, if I'm honest, especially not with Crusoe being so active, because I know he's so curious. You've got to really keep a close eye on him. But let me grab Sawyer quickly and we'll wander up and go and see what's going on. Poor little thing's fast asleep, but I don't really want to leave him in the house, so he has to come with. Oh, gosh, that looks like quite a big fire already. There's obviously quite a lot to burn because Joao's done such a great job at clearing out the farm for us. So, yeah, good to get rid of it. Wow, that is a big fire.
Yeah, it's coming good, but it's smoking a lot because, of course, it's very wet.
Wet, yeah.
We love to see bamboo burn, don't we, Crusoe? Yeah.
Good job, boys.
Yeah, great job. What we have done before burning, of course, is collected the best parts of the bamboo canes, so that we've got them to use for the farm a little bit later on when we start planting and things need to grow up stuff. We've got plenty, absolutely, well, loads and loads, and also some projects that we may have that we need to use bamboo for. Today is a big day. We are going to be knocking down walls, getting rid of old ovens that are kind of in the way, and then we're going to be rebuilding an entire downstairs. But first things first, this morning, I need to clean out everything that's here, all of our stuff that we've been living with since we got back from the UK, all of the comfortable stuff.
Hello.
Hello, darling. Big day.
It is a massive day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So myself and the boys, and John really, have moved out for the time being. We're staying in a nearby Airbnb because it's just going to get really dusty and dirty here, and it's not really the place for two small children. So we're going to get out of John's hair for most of the day, I think. I am really looking forward to the day when we start packing up.
Yeah, me too. The help has arrived. This is good news. This is Lida's husband, and one of our neighbours is coming to help us do some of the heavy lifting, the knocking down of walls. Good news.
Hola, buen día. Is it a tractor? So come up. Love, we got to switch off the water.
Oh yeah. Ironically, we've got to switch off the water, even though we don't really have any.
Isn't it? Can we just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this morning is?
Ah, it's really pretty.
Oh man.
Clouds are down in the valley and everything.
Isn't it magical?
That's it. Just looking at what we've got here.
Wow.
The electrics, and then we've got some plumbing to take care of. But I think what we're going to do, the best thing to do would just be to disconnect everything.
Yeah.
Smash it all up, and then get an electrician to come in and sort of relay the cables and do that.
Right.
Sorted.
Right, it's starting to look like a serious building site in there, and I know that a lot of loud noise and a lot of dust is about to start, so I think it's the cue, just about, for me and the boys to head on out and get out of here and come back and see what's going on a bit later. I'm not a big fan of living in a building site, so I'm quite relieved that we have somewhere else to go because it is tough when it gets really dusty, and especially with the kids. I think it's important we've got some space where we can keep them out of the way, especially Crusoe, who's so curious and who's bound to get himself into trouble. Before I head off with the boys in time for lunch, I wanted to say a huge thank you and introduce today's sponsor, Husk. I have many kitchen dreams for this place, and as many of you know, I love to cook. One day we are going to have the most beautiful outdoor kitchen here, and this table will be the main dining area for our family, and I cannot wait. Having the best equipment in the kitchen, of course, makes cooking all that much better. And that is where the husk knife comes in. The husk knife's Japanese-inspired design has been perfectly crafted. With a solid oak handle and high-quality stainless steel blade, it's a sharpness that's not only a pleasure to cut with, but guaranteed to last. These very cool-looking knives weigh in at only 252 grams, and they're perfectly balanced, which increases comfort and control and reduces the potential for accidents, which for me is ideal when I'm usually having to prepare food with one eye on a toddler. Currently, Husk are offering our viewers 70% off your very own husk knife, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try the husk knife risk-free. Click on the link in our bio, head on over to Husk's website and get yourself a husk knife today. And that's it, the noise has begun. Crusoe and I are taking refuge. I'm going to grab a few last bits from the kitchen and then we're on our way, and I can already see the dust coming out of the house. I'm so glad I don't have to be here.
Oh, okay, so the wall's down. Look at that. That came down super easy. I've been wearing a mask and I've been wearing some goggles, but the fellas, they're just not up for that. So each to their own. Understand that gloves and safety equipment are really important in this kind of environment, but we all make our own choices. So anyway, moving on from that, the wall is down and the fellas now, they're going to be driving some of that rubble away to the local recycling centre, and then after that coming back, and the next job is to get rid of this, what probably was once upon a time a very well loved oven, but at the moment it just doesn't kind of fit. I just see the fellas off. They're so hard working, man. I don't know what the time is, but it must have taken us less than an hour to get that wall down. So the fellas are off. I'm going to crack on inside, do a little bit of work while they're away, and we'll see them when they get back. Brilliant.
I just got back to the house to check on what's going on, and the truck has literally just driven out. So I think there's quite epic progress. Hello, darling.
Hello, my darling.
Hi, love. You look very sweaty.
It's been a busy morning.
Good.
Stopping for some lunch break.
I was just coming to say, I'm going to go to the shops. Would you like me to swing back past with some lunch?
That would be a good idea. This is breakfast. Come on, look.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow! Look at that!
Hey.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool though.
Big space now. So we're going to have a kitchen across here. Nice lounge area there. Big built-in cupboards, larder area there. I don't know what to do with this space, but it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So
that is a shame about that oven, actually, isn't it? Sort of like round, like a pizza oven. But we'll replace it with an outdoor pizza oven, won't we?
We will do, yeah, we will do.
Well, I am super impressed. That is such a nice big room, and we're going to be able to do so much with it. So this whole week will basically be us hiding at an Airbnb as much as we need to, and John just cracking on with building, which is something he's been itching to do. So I'm super excited. He'll just be able to like kind of let his imagination run wild, and when he does that, honestly, magic happens.
Okay, a very wet morning again here in Amarante, Portugal, but that's okay. We need the water. As everybody knows, we've got no water on the farm at the moment, which is a little bit tricky, especially when you've got two toddlers. Now, I'm here with my friend Jose, who's been helping me yesterday and today on the big house project. I've just gone to the shop to pick up some plasterboard to carry on with the big project in the house. We've got some plaster as well. We've got all sorts of stuff. Really tricky there. We're having some problems with the Millennium Bank, and these guys only accepted a Portuguese bank card. Why wouldn't they? Of course, you know, it's Portugal after all. So it meant having to faff around a little bit with some English bank cards. I must go to the Millennium Bank and sort that out fairly soon, but super helpful. It's raining outside, but they've shrink wrapped our plasterboard for us so it'll stay nice and dry. Very good news. So on with the show, as we say regularly here on the Newbies. We've got two things that we want to do before anything nice and pretty and fancy starts to happen. The first is we want to make sure that we've fully insulated this entire room so that when it gets cold during the winters and when it gets warm during the summers, our electricity bills are going to be really, really low, which means ultimately when we do move to completely being off-grid, it means the solar panels won't have to work quite as hard during the summer when we need aircon and during the winter when we need heat. We removed the fireplace in the corner and we shortened the hearth of this fireplace right here. That's going to be important in the future. You'll see why in a coming episode, but having that protrude so far as it once did, not very good for what we need it for. So anyway, those two have gone. We've also left a small wall here. Again, hopefully in a coming, well, certainly in a coming episode, you'll see why we've left that wall as it is. It's going to be an important feature and an important part of this room. We also, while we were here, dug a huge trench through the middle of the building. That will be for the plumbing, to make sure that the plumbing is easily accessible on the other side of the building where the kitchen's going to be right here. So we've got the first few battens up on the wall there, ready for insulation and ready for running cables through, and some plasterboard. It's taken me about, I don't know, an hour maybe, just to put those bits in. So I'd say another 3 or 4 hours and the whole room should be done, which is good news because it's quite a laborious job, not really a fun one. But we've got two levels here. We've got the tile level, and then we've got the wall level, and we chose to do the wall and the tiles the way that we did because of course it's a bit easier and a bit faster. So ideally what I need is some tiles that will slide underneath this batten here to make it the same level as this wall here. I've got a good idea I've got a good feeling I know where I might find such battens. Look, more rain coming from Northern Portugal, we love that. Yes, yes, please. Still shorts and t-shirts weather, still 20 degrees centigrade, but the rain is here. So the Not Garage always delivers. It always delivers. And I see no reason why there should be an exception today. So somewhere in here, we will find tiles that we can use, crack up, smash up and use as little wedges to go behind the battens. These potatoes here and actually the onions too, Joao had given them to us from his own harvest, his own father's harvest. So good news. Got loads of those rings. One day we'll do something with those. I wonder what we could do. Bottles of wine, all empty sadly. Big barrel over there. We should do something with that too one day. A couple of old doors. You remember those were the doors for the building that we're working at the moment before we put new windows in there. There's our table. That'll stay in the garage, the Not Garage, I think, for a little while. And these are the pieces of wood that I bought from England. We've got some daffodil bulbs and lots of pieces of wood. And there we go. Tiles. Those are perfect. I think that's going to save the day. Let's take a couple of those. Perfect. Okay, so I drilled the holes here a little bit earlier, so they're all in ready. What I'm going to do now, put the first screw in, and above that screw, he's going to put a tile. That one in there. Do the same on the next one down as well. The ambition here is that everything will then be approximately the same level. Yeah, we got it. I think we're going to need some longer screws. They're not long enough. But the knot garage will deliver. The knot garage did not deliver this time last. So I think we really need those screws. It'll be a quick trip to the shops. But I can carry on anyway until for a little while longer and just get this window done and the other battens put in place.
So Lyda's just come to pick up me and the boys to take us to see the chicken. So we've come to catch up with the chicken, and it's massive, and living the dream with some of the nicest views probably in the entire area over the Tamega River. This one lucky chicken, I don't think it definitely doesn't need to come back and live with us on the farm. It is living the dream here. I tell you what, that was such a relief because I was spending yet another day inside with the boys because it's been raining all morning. So it's just so nice to be out. And although we're really sad that we lost our lovely duck, it's just nice to see that the chicken's so happy and has a good home. What's there, buddy? Pigs! What's that, bud? Chicken? It's eating? Wow, those are big chickens, eh? Buck, buck! Yeah? What's there, buddy? He goes and there's his house, hey? That's the home for the chicken. Hello, old friend. Gosh, you've got big. So little Sawyer requested a feed stop, and I am not complaining because I am just getting to enjoy this epic view that the chicken just lives with every day. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful up here. Have you got a dirty bum, Crusoe? What's on your bum? Careful. Look, Crusoe. Oh. Chickens come to say hi. Good boy. That's your old friend. You're going to touch the chicken? It's okay, buddy. Look. That's it, see? She won't do anything to you, my boy, I promise. You can touch her. Chicken. Are you going to touch it? What is so funny is that Crusoe used to chase this chicken relentlessly around our courtyard. And now he's kind of terrified of her, so she's sort of getting her own back. You might also remember that when she was a little chick, she had no feathers on her neck. And we thought that they would grow back. I thought it was like the definition of being henpecked, and it just that she'd been pecked. But actually, she's a naked neck chicken, which I think come from Germany. They're not the most attractive chickens, I will be honest, but she's turned out all right. And Lyda says the other day she laid her first egg. So, isn't that good? Little chickens just come down the hill to be nearer to us, and Lyda says it doesn't ever do that. She thinks it remembers Crusoe. That's quite amazing if she does. Hey? Oh, lovely lady. You've got such a nice life here. I don't think you need to come to the farm, but I mean, if that's what you want, we'll see how she does.
Quick break from the work inside there, just to go and see some sheep. I think Joao's dad has lost a couple of sheep and they've come to say hello to us, so here they are. Always nice to take a break, especially nice to take a break when there are sheep wandering around, cutting the grass. I tried to just wander over and say hello to them, but they looked a bit worried, so I just let them get on with it. I don't want them to run off. It's kind of cool that they're eating the grass. That might be something for the future. Let's see. But for now, the agua, the water guys have turned up, so that's good news. So now I've got to, they don't speak any English, so it's going to be tricky. But anyway, here we go. So Tara, Crusoe and Sawyer have just arrived at the farm. Great timing for the conversations with the water guys. It's not great news, to be honest. To connect to the mains water, because we're so far away from the connection point, even though we've got a neighbour, Maria, it's still quite far to our house. They're saying it's going to be over 10,000 euros to connect. So the other option is to get Mario to come and dig a trench and lay the pipes ready, which would mitigate costs, hopefully significantly. But in order to do that, we have to get permission from the county council, which means it's going to take a little bit of time to get this all sorted. So, what have you found? What's that? What is it? What have you found?
Bee.
Is it a bee? Yeah. Wow. Is it a bee?
Yeah.
In typical Portuguese fashion, super friendly and super helpful guys. They're just like, hey man, you know, there's a better way of doing this. Crusoe, do you want to see some sheep? Yeah, let's go and see some sheep. Sheep, Crusoe, they're not on the top field anymore. They've moved. They've gone down to the bottom field. All of these distractions, I don't know. Hectic.
Bah.
Yeah, come on. There they are, look. Can you see them? Hey sheep, hey! What's that? Shall we go and say hello?
Yeah. Hiya. Hiya.
Hiya sheep, how are you doing sheep? Hello sheep. Oh,
Dum.
what is it?
Dummy.
Do you want to go see whether we can get a bit closer?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't want to frighten them off because we quite like that they're eating our grass. Means Daddy doesn't have to chop it. There we go, we're a bit closer now. Can you say ba? Can you say ba? Ba. Ba. Try. No, Dad, I'm not as stupid as you.
Right, so the boys and I have been sent on a mission to try and find plastering corners and, what's the other thing, a halogen lamp. Now, John's described where the shop is. I've never been there. And he's also, the people at the shop don't speak English, and he doesn't know what the products. The gear sticks just popped off. That is not good. The gear sticks just popped off. I've never seen anything like it.
It snapped.
What the hell?
I don't know how that happened.
But love, look, it looks like it's been welded before, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it does. Okay,
oh
so,
my God. Well, I was just putting it into gear.
Okay, well, we don't have any water and we don't have
A car.
Okay, well, you know, but I mean, that obviously that shouldn't happen. This is a problem. Okay, yeah. Well, you might as well get out, so you're not going anywhere now.
I think it's something like Rocha something or... Honestly, I cannot quite convey how much stuff is going on at the minute that is going wrong. Now, if you've been watching our channel for a while, you know that we are endlessly positive, and always try to find opportunity where there sometimes feels like there isn't any. But right now I think we might be reaching a little bit of breaking point. It's too much.
I mean, let's be honest, folks. A gear stick isn't supposed to do that.
I am very strong, but I'm not that strong.
Tara's getting herself worked up a little bit. What with the water costing 10,000 euros and then Tara coming along and snapping off a gear stick.
I'm pretty sure Crusoe's playing in some like horrible clouds of water as well.
Well, as long as he's not in the dust, that'll be just fine. Crusoe, where are you? Are you sweeping up? Yep, there he is, sweeping up. Well done, buddy. Good job. At least somebody's kept on the straight and narrow. Work, work, work. So what happens next? Oh, look, I've got 2 pencils behind my ears. Nobody told me that. So that's how hard I'm working. Okay, so what happens next? That's a bit of a problem.
Sawyer.
Sawyer's crying. So 10,000 euros for the water and a busted car within the space of 1 hour. But the good news is, and I always look at it like this, the good news is that we now know the next steps for getting the water, which is to email the municipality and hope that they can give us a possibility to be able to dig our own trenches and sort our own stuff out, so it doesn't cost 10,000 euros. We're also very lucky because we've got Joao's sister helping us out, and she's a lawyer. Brilliant. In 20 minutes time we can call the car company and see what happens there, and the house is going really, really nicely. I'm delighted with the way it's moving on. It's a bit slower than I thought, but then we've got 2 kids. So everything is going in the right direction. Do you know what? I've got a feeling some dude's going to turn up with a welder.
And I mean, what they've already done. Look at it. You can see that there's black on there. That has been... So why did it break in the first place? What have they done? I don't understand. Did they build this car from like... I have to phone my dad and ask him. And can I just take a moment to say I'm really grateful for you, and I'm so thankful that you're always positive, because I'm finding it quite difficult to be positive this morning.
What's there not to be positive about?
Well, there's just quite a lot going on, isn't it? It feels like everything's going wrong and it's just overwhelming.
We had sheep cutting the grass for free.
Small wins, isn't it?
So, it's a new day. The sun is finally shining. And before we sign off for this week, I just wanted to say an enormous thank you to everybody who sent us messages on YouTube, on Facebook, on Patreon, on Instagram, just giving us a bit of support and cheering us on. It has been a really, really tough week, but things are looking up. So we'll fill you in next week on how much better stuff has been. But it's amazing what a little bit of sunshine can do. So thank you all so much. Every single watch, every single like, every single subscribe helps us, helps our channel grow, supports what we're trying to do, and means that we can carry on creating content. And if you'd like to be a little bit more involved, then please do head on over to Patreon and check that out. From as little as £3 a month, you can join our community there, which we love. And I think that's about it, isn't it?
That's it, sun shines, we love that.
We're finally getting some jobs done, which I cannot wait to get stuck into. It's all about getting finally started with producing some food now that we can be in Portugal for a bit longer. So
absolutely.
We've got wine, we've got olives, we've got food.
Next week we will carry on with the house project. Big changes happening in there,
yep.
Very, very fast as well. So we're really excited about that.
And I am getting started on our vegetable garden, as well as trying my hand at making some last of the summer wine. Anyway, thanks for being here, folks. Please remember, like, subscribe, leave us a comment. We love hearing from you, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. See you next week.
Bye.